What's going on, guys? Ashtinho Plays here, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 16 Sheffield United Career Mode series. And today we have got episode 14 of season 4, so we're getting really well into this season now, starting to get towards the business end. So I mean, hopefully this episode is going to be as interesting as all the others, and if you're excited, be sure leave a like and subscribe. So anyways, getting on with the squad update. It is the same 11 that we like to commonly use. Burns out on the right. He's pride of place there at the moment, playing very well. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what we can do in the FA Cup tie against Southampton. I mean, the FA Cup, of course, I would love to win it because, you know, we haven't won it on camera. We did win it last season, but it doesn't really feel like we did because it wasn't on camera. It wasn't in a video. So I guess there is that, but then there is the Capital One Cup that we're into the semi-finals of, and do we really want to give ourselves too much to play for? Like, in a season where we could be challenging for the league, we don't want to be too tired, but we will still try and win the game. There's no doubt about that, because we try and win in every game we play. So, hopefully we can manage to find a way past Southampton in this match. And Ginter's header is really close, actually, the first close attempt of the game. Meanwhile, Bergwijn, with 32 minutes gone, cuts in well. He spots Traore and he crashes a shot off the bar. Really unlucky. Perhaps on another day that could have gone in, but the luck wasn't quite with us, nor was the finishing. And Bergwijn this time finds Bentaleb, who also has his shot saved. And Gazzaniga is keeping them in it a bit. But here, a nervy moment as Mane gets past the keeper, but he can't find the back of the net on the slide. And then Burns runs through unopposed. He has to side foot it a bit awkwardly, and the keeper saves it again. We had plenty of chances, but we weren't taking them, and would we be punished for it? Mane comes in and scores to make it 1-0 Southampton with 20 minutes left, putting real pressure on us if we are to stay in the FA Cup. We could well be crashing out, could well be dumped out by Southampton if we don't find the next goal in this game. So, it may very well be that we have to pin hopes on the Capital One Cup if we are to lose this. And here a blatant handball from Ginter. What was he doing? I don't think there's any denial that his hands have gone up to meet that ball. And the resulting penalty is dispatched by Dusan Tadic. And it is 2-0. A mountain to climb now, and highly unlikely we'll come back into the game. We didn't get a single goal back into it. It ended 2-0. A disappointing result as we get dumped out of the FA Cup this season, but we'll have one more go next season before the end of this career mode. There is still season 5, and in that season we will push for the FA Cup victory with every fibre of our being. There is no question about that. In season 5 we will fight for the FA Cup again. So our worst FA Cup performance so far in this career mode, and a disappointing one at that. But we're going to be far more defensive against Arsenal because we have a 2-1 advantage to defend. And we do have the best defensive record in the Premier League, so why can't we? Why can't we keep a clean sheet? Considering that in the league game at the Emirates we got a 0-0 draw, so it's doable. We also got a 0-0 draw at Spurs, the league leaders, and managed to do the same against them at home. So there's no reason why we can't execute a well-managed defensive plan to get us in at 0-0 full time, and anything else going forward would be a bonus if we were to somehow win the game. But because we have no wide players, I don't expect that to be the case. In fact, I expect it to be a bit of a stalemate, and we will be desperately trying to defend and prevent them from scoring. Not many chances for us, but a rare chance from the corner as Bentaleb meets the ball, but it's not on target. And we were getting forward quite a bit in the early stages of the game as Traore tries to fire a shot in, but it is blocked and goes nowhere near the goal. So here we do actually get a free kick, and Alexis Sanchez is booked for his troubles before half time, and it was half time with the scoreline 0-0. Suits us because we are going through on aggregate 2-1 as it stands. I'm having a look at maybe a few substitution options, but with this current formation that has been working well to keep Arsenal out, I don't really feel as though there's any changes necessary. But here, this header was only as far as Callum Chambers, and Oxlade-Chamberlain's cross was punched out. Could have been dangerous though. But here we're quite high up the pitch, getting a bit of a nosebleed with the high altitude in the pitch, and Dicko has a rare effort on goal in this game to force the save. But here Dicko again, lovely footwork to ride some challenges. He's got Traore, suddenly a lucky pass almost, gets him through, and Traore finishes it. What a way to perhaps guarantee the place at Wembley in the Capital One Cup final for the first time in this career mode. The first Wembley final, other than, I guess you could count the playoff final in the Championship in Season 2, but first proper Wembley final in this career mode it's going to be now, unless Arsenal came back into it. But of course they didn't. There was 2 goals they needed to score to force extra time. They couldn't get one, so that is that. A clean sheet, a goal from nowhere, and we are through to Wembley. Great result. And now that is really something to look forward to. And I'm not actually sure who won out of Watford or Charlton, because it looks like that one's going to penalties, but I'll find out sooner or later. But anyways, for now, we have a league game at Old Trafford against Manchester United. We lost 4-0 in this fixture last season, so you know, we learned a lot from that experience and realised that perhaps you can't always be gung-ho about going forward. You've got to be defensive sometimes. You know, at least be wary about how many you're going to concede at the back, while still trying to score goals to the best of your ability. So I think we've certainly matured as a side since then. A lot less naive in the way that we try and attack. We don't leave as much vacancy in terms of, you know, space for the other team going forward. And this Manchester United formation with no Martial up front, it shouldn't be too difficult to cope with, or at least it shouldn't, for the league's best defence. But in practice things can often work out differently, so never say never. And Blint has a good effort here that requires saving. But Traore is running through, and eventually he is challenged, but he keeps the ball, and Bentaleb unleashes one, but it's saved by Valdez. And then on half time, this corner, it's a bit of a scramble, but the ball falls eventually to Wisdom, and he scores his first goal of the season. Somehow scrambles it into that bottom left corner from nowhere, and the Manchester United defender has just gifted him that opportunity. And if you look at that replay, it shows that Valdez really should have been saving it, but Wisdom will not care. He has put us 1-0 up on the brink of half time, and that was how it stayed. So the halfway mark, and we were 1-0 up at Old Trafford, a big contrast to last season's game. Certainly a more mature performance, more measured, and just overall more disciplined. But there was still plenty of defending to be done if we wanted the win. Here we head it clear, but it's not out yet. And a good flick from Valencia undoes our entire defence. One flick and they are through. Antonio Valencia with the goal. And it's all undone with one pretty silly mistake. We shouldn't have been undone that easily. And here Rooney, who's got a reputation for striking it from this range, doesn't end up taking it because Depay is favoured and he puts it right down the slot for the goalkeeper. Not much else happened after that, to be honest. It was a bit of a tactical battle, but certainly a much improved performance at Old Trafford from last season. We were a lot more mature about the way we went about the game, and certainly a lot less naive. So you can tell that a lot has changed with the side through this season, and you know, it's been a very positive transition. We are now a second place side that really does look like it can challenge for the league title this season. So it's sure to be an exciting end to season 4. There's still plenty of it left. If you're excited, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.